Today we're making a chicken vegetable stir fry. Gonna start off, we put some rice in a pot, put 3 cups of water in there. We're just gonna leave that on medium-high heat. We'll check on that when we're done cutting the vegetables. So we're gonna start off with the onion. Wanna chop the onion in half, take all the skin off. And we're only gonna be chopping up the onion lengthwise. You'll see why in a little bit. Always make sure to keep your fingers nice and rounded when you're cutting vegetables. Makes them a lot less prone to getting cut. Now onto the pepper. Gonna want to start by taking off the top and bottom of it. And we cut a little slit and take out the guts, the seeds and whatnot. We don't want that in the stir fry. And we're gonna try to cut lengthwise pieces about the same size as the onion slices, so that when we actually make the stir fry, everything cooks evenly. Make sure that you cut off the rest of the pieces from the top and the bottom of the pepper. I'm not trying to waste anything here. Now we're gonna cut up the mushrooms. Start by cutting it into quarters, and then we're gonna be cutting the mushroom lengthwise as well. Once again, so that everything cooks evenly. So now we're gonna want to add some ginger and garlic to the wok. And we have 1 chicken breast cut into cubes. So we're gonna want to stir that constantly until it's cooked. Obviously it's pretty easy to tell when you've cooked chicken, and it's really fast when you cut it into cubes. So now it's looking like the chicken's just about cooked. So we're just going to want to set that to the side, and we're going to begin making our sauce. So for the sauce, you're going to want to start off by adding 3 cloves of minced garlic to a bowl, followed by 2 teaspoons of sesame oil. On the recipe, it calls for reduced sodium soy sauce, but we didn't have that, so a 1/3 cup of soy sauce. One tablespoon of brown sugar, and 1 cup of chicken broth. And lastly, 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour. And you're going to want to whisk that all together. So now we're going to start cooking the vegetables in the wok. Same one that we used for the chicken, so that it has that nice flavor in it. You're going to want to start off by adding some canola oil to the wok. Get it in all around the sides and whatnot. Now we're gonna add our chopped vegetables. Make sure that you're stirring those a lot. And we have 1 cup of peas that we're gonna add to it. Peas are great. That's also why we kept the vegetables to that side, so that we could just keep the peas whole and the rest of the vegetables would be about the same size as those. Add the onion too. Mix that up. Now that all the vegetables are looking a little more darkened, we're gonna add some bean sprouts. We want to add these last because they're a lot lighter than the rest of the vegetables, so they'll cook a lot faster than everything else. And same with the mushrooms too, you're gonna want to add those last. They'll cook a lot faster than everything else. So we're gonna want to stir this up in the wok for a few minutes until everything's looking nice and dark. So once all your vegetables are looking nice and cooked, we're gonna add the sauce to it. Stir that around, get it all soaked into the vegetables. And last but not least, we're gonna add the chicken to it. So we'll put that in there, mix it for, you don't have to mix it for very long, seeing as we already cooked the chicken. Get it nice and mixed in there with the sauce and the vegetables. And now that our stir fry is about done, it can get dished out. So let's start with some of that rice. However much you want, doesn't really matter. And add some of that beautiful looking stir fry. And we're gonna be topping it off with a garnish of chopped green onions and some more soy sauce. There we have it, the chicken and vegetable stir fry.